First of all, before I answer the question that I've been given, I want to pitch elections this May. Kirklees has them. We reckon there's going to be about 80 candidates standing in Kirklees. About 30 million people across the UK have an election, we estimate. But in total, we think there's going to be about 28,000 candidates standing for election. We crowdsource those candidates. We get people to put them in a database. We make the only national database there is of all of these candidates. All of that's with an aim to get the general public making more informed votes. One of the biggest questions on election day is who can I vote for? People don't even know who's going to be on the ballot paper. We try to answer that question. We need your help to do that because it's a crowdsourcing exercise. I was trying to work out if everyone in this room added one candidate, there'd only be 27,900 candidates left to go, so tell your friends. So that's my pitch. Yeah, the other thing is if you work in a council and you have an election this year, we run a polling station finder. We need to partner with councils around that. Kirklees has been really great in sort of coming forward and trying to be proactive in that. Please come and talk to me after this if you want to get involved in that. So that's end of pitch for this year. Oh, sorry, it's not end of pitch. On the 4th of April is when all the nomination documents come out, and we run crowdsourcing parties. We call them parties because they're not really that fun, but we want to try and get involved. But there's a little kitty for snacks and stuff. You can come along and bring a laptop and start entering data. Anyone can do it. There's no technical skills required. We're looking for people to run parties. We have a very southern bias right now. We've got London and Cambridge and Stroud and Bristol, but anyone sort of in Kirklees maybe could run one. Maybe here, I don't know. Anyway, please come and talk to me about if you're interested in helping crowdsourcing as well. Okay, on to the next. Right, my question was, what would it take to make a list of representatives of the UK? You! That's the only way. No, so this is an interesting thing where we've got a lot of fragmentation in the UK. We've got 420 odd councils, we've got some other authorities, we've got local governments and all that sort of stuff. If you want to get a list of everyone who's a representative, everyone who's been elected into post in the UK, that's interesting to do. The state doesn't do it already. Each local authority does it, each place does it, but no one gathers it all into one place. There are some commercial organisations that do it, but when access to information about democracy is just in the hands of commercial organisations and you have to give money to them to do it, I don't really like that idea. We've talked a lot this last 2 days about participation and about lots of exciting new ways we could do things, but I kind of think we need to be a bit grounded and go, if people can't find out the real basics about democracy, like who their actual candidates are, maybe we just start there and kind of work up a little bit. So we have this idea of what would it take to make this representatives database, and that's the sort of thing we put in posting into things. To say Right to Them is a really good service and it does this, but it's relying on one of those commercial data sets. It's turning this commercial data into a public service, which is great, but the people who make Right to Them want it to be a public asset, this data alone. So yeah, what would it take? We spent a week kind of writing some code and doing some research and talking to people. We got how many did we get? 250 odd councils scraped about 16,000 candidates in a database that does a postcode lookup. That's about halfway there. So we know that what it would take is a few weeks of me sitting and typing in front of a computer, and then some days to maintain it. But that's not really very interesting. Because I can just sit and do that, and that's not really. What we're looking at is what would the kind of organisation social structure look like to kind of maintain this in the long term. If I just get bored or go into a bus or something, then that's the project ended. What would the long-term version of this look like? Might look like the state doing it, of course. Some part of the state, I don't know which part of the state should do it. But let's assume for the time being the state is not going to be doing that in the next few years. So we need something to fill the gap in the next few years that can act as a kind of lobbying, campaigning group to say this is how it should be done, this is what good looks like, but also just deliver stuff so people can actually use the data as and when they want to. So, my pitch to you, the reason why it involves you is, we're still in what you might call a discovery phase, about trying to figure out, is this even a sensible thing to do? That's a good question to ask. Is it just building something for the sake of building it? We hope not, but it might be. Who would use it? What's the hard things about it? What haven't we thought about? So I really want just that, anything, if you're interested in the slightest bit about a list of representatives in the UK. There's stuff we can attach to them. There's when meetings are happening, who's speaking at meetings, when surgeries are, what the registers of interest are. There's lots of other things you can go into, but first of all, you need this kind of core list of who the people are. So if you're interested in any way in this, or giving feedback on it, or even like maybe funding it for the next 10 years, then please come and talk to me, and yeah, we'll start the conversation. So thanks very much.